everybody, it's me, Pepe, Pepe's Fruit Trees and pepesplants.com. I wanted to show you, we've talked a lot on our videos about Moringa, and we've talked about growing them from seed, and I've also mentioned that I would tell you guys how I grow them from cuttings. In front of me here, we have a nice cutting that is probably about a month and a half, maybe closer to 2 months. That's about 1 foot. So this is roughly about 2 foot if you include the just all the way up to the top of the leaf. And what we did is, you can see it's a kind of a thin cutting. It's not a really thick one. Generally, you root out really thick ones. I don't think it's a good idea to just take the thick cuttings or even thinner cuttings and just stick them in the ground. I haven't actually tried that. I've heard that it's hit or miss when you do it that way. So I decided to go ahead and put the cutting after it dried for about 2 days. In other words, cut the branch off, let it dry a day or two, and then put it in potting soil, cocoa fiber or a mix of cocoa fiber and peat, and go ahead and give it very little water, literally very little water, and put it in a semi-bright but a little shady, location, not full sun. So this guy, what we're going to do today is we're going to go ahead and we're going to dissect them, so to speak, because I don't know what's going to happen. I'm assuming that with this much new growth right here, it's looking good, okay? We're going to have roots. Now, are we going to have a tap root? Are we going to have a tuber? Are we going to have any kind of a thick mass of root? I don't know. So let's find out. I'm going to cut through the pot. What I've done here is I've taken the pot because my goal here is to show you what has developed. So what I did is I took this cutting, and we created this cutting about 2 months ago, as I said earlier, and now I'm going to separate it because I just don't want to push it out or yank it out because I don't know what's going to happen here, how much roots I'm going to have. So we're going to find out together what happens after approximately 2 months. So as you can see here, I'm just giving a little push. A pretty decent root ball. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull it up. Uh-oh. See that? See what's happening? Separating like crazy right there. So this is now, we're going to find out. If we kill it, we kill it. Whatever happens, happens. Here we go. Let's come in close. I can see very little bit of rooting. My finger will indicate right here we have some rooting right here. Okay, I'm going to bring and swing this thing around. Okay, so here we go. We're going to separate this right here. I just heard some roots crack. Uh-oh. Yep, so 2 months later, we have a cutting, Moringa oleifera, with very little roots. And I guess what I'm going to do now is I'm going to repot this thing and see what happens now. Obviously, these guys here, they're kind of growing. They get a little bit of growth there. See that green right there? You got a little bit of growth right there, but they got a long way to go. Because you have all this top growth over here, quite a bit of top growth and beautiful branching coming on, doesn't necessarily mean you have a very well-rooted Moringa cutting. So be wary of growing them from cuttings. I think that you might as well get some seeds. So I guess my point is that we've got a cutting that's 2 months and it hasn't really rooted that much at all. I would have expected this to root much quicker. We are in Florida, the weather is warmer, we're in November, but we're looking at very little rooting. No hormone was used, no anything, just stuck it in there. This is actually a combination of Pro Mix. I believe we use Pro Mix with this one. So I cut through the pot, looked at it, very little roots. I'm going to go ahead and repot this and say a prayer, and hopefully this thing will come back. But it may have a tough time, and it may die now, because Moringa does not like to have its roots disturbed. Over here, we've got these. These are some PKM1s. Okay, these are the PKM1 seedlings. Here's something cool you guys should try. Get some PKM1 seedlings or any Moringa you like, and get 2 of them, plant them together, and wrap them around each other like this. See, I wrapped one around here and I wrapped one around there. Let me go around in a circle here so you can see. I'm pointing out. See what's happening here? I wrapped it around, and I'll continue to do that. But notice that one guy is real thick, and one guy is real wimpy and skinny. So this is a better example. If you look at this one here, these two stems on this one, this is another PKM one, are real nice. Again, we have one that's more dominant, so to speak. It's thicker, much thicker. And here's another PKM one. These two are fairly good. I mean, pretty close to the thickness of each other. So you can take two of these things, wrap two seeds after they emerge, start wrapping them together. Our goal is to create a tree that is basically naturally grafted. So you have a naturally grafted tree, and these will fuse together. And my idea for this is that you're going to have a real nice thick trunk, maybe a shorter little tree that is going to have two sets of flowers, and when they cross-pollinate, wow, maybe you can have a real dwarfy tree that's producing a bunch of pods for you, and that will that'll be nice. That'll be nice. So anyway, these are the PKM ones wrapped around. Here's another one over here. Looks nice. Here's another one. Here's another one over here. I know you're seeing a little bit of yellowing. Notice the yellowing is on the lower leaves. Look at the top. Beautiful. So, you know, organic drive, a little bit of the 13-13-13 mixed in when we plant them, and you're off to the races, because these things grow fast. Alright, it's November 11th, 2013. Pepe from Pepe's Plants and bestmoringatrees.com. It's getting windy, it's getting nasty. We're going to go through the winter in Florida. Let's see how it gets here, and then we can report back to you as far as how they handle the cold this year. So far, so good. For a couple of years, they've been handling the cold pretty decent. Have a great time out there in the garden, and we hope you subscribe to our channel. Take care of yourselves. Be good. Peace.